All right.
Let's bring in Lorenzo Neal. Hey, Lorenzo, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Steiny. Why are you lying? You didn't shoot at 89. You didn't play in that weather yesterday. Come on, Steiny. Guru, you can't
And I
let him
fell
off the
for
hook
it
that
too,
easy.
Lo. You know what?
Guru, you can't let Steiny off the hook that easy. Come on, Guru. I know you better than that. Don't let Steiny just slide.
Wow.
Lorenzo, I don't know what the weather was like in Cowtown where you are, but in Oakland, the sun was out, baby.
He was at the Levi's.
Oh.
Yeah.
You better be careful.
No, Lo, the sun was out, buddy.
Levi's. The weather was very chilly, though. The weather outside is frightful. And no, it's so delightful. There's no place to go. Let it snow, let it. And it was kind of cold. So I don't know if you're out there in that weather, Steiny.
Trust me, I was. Anyway, Lorenzo Neal,
89.
good friend of, 89, 42-47. Okay. I struggle in the back. Okay, so the 49ers have this 2 seed. They'll play at home until and unless they have to go to Philly. Lo, let me just ask you this. Where are you with the Niners as they head into the playoffs? They've won 10 in a row, but they have a rookie quarterback. If you were a 49er fan, what would your expectations be?
My expectations would be, can you believe this, Steiny? I can't believe that I'm going to say this, but let me first take you and Guru through an exercise, and then you guys will see where I'm going. When we talk about the Niners and we talk about what they do offensively, let's think about just 8, 9, 10, 12 weeks ago, and let's talk about what did the offense was built around. What did the Niners do for the last several years that we said, they do this, they win offensively? What do?
Run the ball.
Run the ball.
Thank you. They run the ball. They're physical. They try to beat you up, ball control, and you rely on your defense to get stops. So now what if I told you that I'm more worried about the defense than the offense? Now, when in the last signing, I haven't heard you say any time in the last 8 weeks to say they got to run the ball. It's about running the ball. Isn't it interesting for now, for the first time since when, guys, are we saying we don't sit here and say we want to see 30, 40, 50 carries a game anymore. We need 200 yards rushing. Isn't that interesting that the scenario that you don't have to say that no one is saying that about the Niners anymore?
Yeah. Lo, the dynamics have changed.
It's changed. And it's changed for the better, Guru, because now you're in a situation that, yes, you still can run the ball with McCaffrey, and now getting all the backs and back healthy and all the things that you can do running the ball from the physical, getting Debo, the swing pass, all the different things that you can do running the ball or throwing the ball to receivers and to running backs outside on the perimeter. It's just like a run. The offense is more versatile. The offense is harder to cover. The offense is just not 4 yards in the cloud of dust. It's not just run, pass, run, pass, or pass, run. It's no longer that. This offense, to me, is firing on all cylinders. And yes, guys, I'm more concerned about the secondary, and I'm more concerned about the pass rush in the playoffs than the offense, because if we know that this Niners defense is predicated on how quick can those boys up front get home, and it starts with Nicky Bosa. When you see the Raiders against the Raiders, didn't get home. How many yards were the Raiders threw the ball all around the park? Kansas City didn't get home. Kansas City throws the ball all around the park. I am concerned about if the Niners pass rush, if it is not, if the guys that we know, the Armsteads, and if those guys aren't doing what we know that they can do, how good is this defense? That's my biggest question, guys.
No, Lo, it's a real one, but the way I look at it, the guru math on what you just said is I am concerned about the D2, but now, as you just touched on, the explosion from the offense, the D's got to really be bad for them to lose. But with that said, I was like, Seattle has no chance. Any given Sunday, Jamie Foxx, I've seen it, Willie Beeman. But Steiny pointed out to me Thursday night, a few weeks back, it was 21-13. Seattle dropped a would-be, interception, could have changed the game. Do you give Seattle and Pete Carroll any shot at pulling off this upset where the Niners are favored by 10, Lo?
Well, you know what? Almost isn't good enough unless you spend horseshoes and hand grenades, but you can say, you know what? They have a chance because, like you just said, any given Sunday. But I can tell you this. I can tell you when you look at this team and look at what's going on and what they have in front of them, I don't just necessarily count them out and say they're just going to just run through and just blow this team out of the water. Seattle, that is. You have to give Seattle a fighting chance because Seattle has some veteran guys. Seattle still has a quarterback that can throw the ball. You have a quarterback that still can scramble, a guy that can make things happen with his legs. So I still don't think that this Seattle is just a horrible team. I think Seattle, yes, the Niners should win, Guru. Absolutely. I totally understand what you're saying, that the Niners should win this game. I'm totally with you, and they should cover. They're playing at home. It's a different circumstance. Seattle doesn't look as good. They should win, and they should cover.
Lorenzo Neal joining us on 95.7 The Game. He joins us every Monday at 1 o'clock. Let me ask you this, Lo. If I were to tell you the 49ers will lose at some point in the NFC portion of the playoffs, what do you think will get them beat?
I think what would get the 49ers beat is inconsistency. Is inconsistency of saying, okay, how do we get this team and fall behind? I think what gets them beat if they make a lot of mistakes and they start losing the turnover battle, and if the rookie quarterback turns into a rookie and digress. I don't see that happening, and I don't think I looked at Philadelphia yesterday, Guru and Steiny. I'm telling you, Jalen Hurts, he's a bad boy, and you're right.
He's still hurt, Lo.
He's still hurt. Exactly, Guru. And he's not going to take as many chances. Now, he will if it's NFC champion. He's going to have a couple weeks. But I'm with you, Guru and Steiny. He's still hurt. And I don't think they're as good as the Niners. I think that he has to carry this team. I don't think that they have the weapons that the Niners have collectively. I look at the Niners. The Niners, Guru and Steiny, to answer your question, the way they lose this game and the way they lose in the playoffs, if they don't take care of the ball, they lose the turnover battle, and they let teams take advantage of the secondary, and they let teams stay two-dimensional, run and pass.
Lo, we've had fellowship face-to-face outside of the station, so there's no subject you and I can't broach. But I want to ask you about, you're a former player, a black player. Have you ever played for a black head coach in the NFL?
Yeah, I have. I played for Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy's, my coach, and Herm Edwards. I've been knowing Herm very well. Been knowing Herm's a personal friend. I've been knowing Herm for years. Lovie Smith, been knowing Lovie forever. He was coaching too. He was on that same staff with Tony Dungy. So know a lot of black coaches, had a black head coach. Yes. So
what did you think about how Lovie Smith was handled? Because we had a passionate debate earlier. You hired him knowing you were in a rebuild. Do you really believe him winning that game cost him his job? Because, Lo, it's a bad look to me.
I think that's horrible. If they say that Lovie just came in, you gave him 1 year. Got rid of his quarterback. You let this guy, you have a team that you're trying to rebuild, and he fought and competed and beat some teams. And if you're saying you're going to fire him because he won the game and lose the number one draft choice, I think it's horrible, and I think that's a shame.
Lorenz ONeal joining us on 95.7 The Game. Lo, give me the two teams you think are going to the Super Bowl.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know what, guys? Here's the thing. It's crazy. Kansas City, just to me, they look good. It's hard to go against. To me, it's hard to go against Cincinnati, guys. I'm disappointed with the Chargers.
Wow.
I don't think the coach should have played his starters yesterday. Mike was now a little dinged up. Why you couldn't improve your status? If you wanted to play them for a series, play it like the preseason, one quarter. But for you to go and play those starters for over a half, you played in a physical game, and now you travel. I'm just telling you, my perspective, I would have left the quarterback at home. I would have left my two pass rushers at home. I would have left the majority of my starters at home, my receivers. I would have left them at home because I don't want them to travel to Denver, no altitude, and then on a short week, and then I got to fly, to Jacksonville and two time zones. I think that the coach, Staley, that was a horrible decision in my opinion because I was liking the Chargers to get hot. I think Jacksonville's hot, but to me, guys, it's Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati can go anywhere and win. I think Cincinnati can beat any team. It's out of Cincinnati and Kansas City in the AFC and NFC, guys. I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, here's the crazy thing. And I hate to say this, Sonny, but I'm telling you right now. I would have probably said Philly if the quarterback didn't get hurt, and I probably would have said Philly if Jimmy or Trey was still quarterback. But I'm telling you, the reason why I'm riding with the Niners, and here's the thing, the Niners have flaws. Their defense has flaws. Their offense still can continue to get better. But right now, I'm riding with the Niners because Birdie Magic, I'm saying it, a rookie. I'm right. And I think the biggest thing, though, about him, guys, he's around a bunch of stars, so he doesn't think that he's the biggest guy in the room. You think about every quarterback that comes to a team. It's their team. The quarterback is the focal point. They tell the guys what to do. Purdy looked up to these guys and said, oh, I got Kittle. Oh, I got this guy. Oh, I got McCaffrey. Purdy came in the situation being starstruck, saying, all I got to do is get the ball to my stars. other quarterbacks believes that they're the stars. That's why Purdy, to me, is playing so great, because he understands who he has at receivers and at his skill position.
Yeah, Lo, it's a story, but I got to tell you, man, I was just singing his praises. The movie script, it's in waiting to see how far he goes. But I forgot how bad of a man C-Mac was because he was in Carolina. I told Dibbs and Willard and Steiny, Lo, he's reminding me of Marshall Faulk. You say what to that?
It's crazy. You made that assessment. I said he's the closest thing to LT. And I think LT is in LT.
Wow.
LT to me is better.
Your guy.
That's the thing. Now he can't make people miss as well as LT. I can't even come because you guys know that. But as far as speed, the breakaway, catching the ball, having good hands, running good routes,
line up outside.
He can line up outside. He was at the Z position, and he ran a 15-yard comeback. He started him at 5, took him up to 10, and came back, made the first down. Guru, I know you saw that play. Guru, I got it. I was like, ooh, I was happier than you know what in the bag. You know what? Because of the fact what he did, it was awesome watching C-Mac run that route with the perception that he ran it, with the safety on him, took him up to 5, stemmed him, went up another 5, came back down the stem, made the catch, first down, moved the chains. I love the kid. I like him. I love him. I want some more C-Mac, guys.
Lo Neal.
Lo, boy.
You got anything else for Lo?
No, that's it. Lo, we appreciate you, buddy. Stay safe.
No worries, guys. Cheers.